Yes, lights, lights. I'm so happy. Ooh, I'm a weirdo. Oh my god, good thing no one's home. Let's get to the video. Hey guys, I am back. I am so excited. You guys have no idea. I've just been so anxious to get started again. So if you guys don't know what happened, basically, okay, so I haven't had the best luck with mics. When I first initially decided to start a YouTube channel, I ordered everything on Amazon. So I got my camera on Amazon, I got my mic on Amazon, and mic was like highly recommended. It was Rode and I had high hopes for whatever reason though. I got a dud and it was giving me this high pitched noise. I troubleshooted so much. I tried to do so many things and it didn't work, so I sent it back. Then I went to Henry's and they were so helpful. Honestly, they're so great there. I still continue to go back to them because they're so helpful. Yeah, they suggested this other mic for me, so I got that one. I can't even remember what it's called. Sennheiser. So it's this little Sennheiser mic. It's so cute. It's a great size. It does the trick. And honestly, it gave me great audio quality. I was making a lot of videos. I was having, good experience with the mic, and then literally out of the blue one day it just started making that same high-pitched annoying noise, and it was in all my videos. So the last time I was filming, I didn't actually post the video because I was so frustrated with it. I was having that high-pitched noise and I was trying to make it work. I'm like, whatever, I'm gonna film it anyways and I'll just edit it out eventually, and then I'll have to see about getting this mic fixed. That same day, I was just not having a good day for some reason. I was filming something in my kitchen because I was doing a bake with me type of video, which I definitely want to eventually do again. We'll try that another time. But I was doing a bake with me video and I was a complete idiot, and when I went to get a shot, I tilted my camera down and it wasn't fast and tight enough, and boom, it went on the bathroom. I'm in the kitchen, Dina. I'm in the kitchen. It went on the kitchen floor. And I don't even know how it happened, to be quite honest, because the flash was closed, but the flash broke. So the thing that actually held the flash part down broke, so it was constantly standing up. Yeah, so I took my mic to Henry's and I have a warranty on it, which is nice, but the frustrating part was that I still had to pay $15 shipping, which is kind of frustrating because I had that mic for maybe 2 months tops. They also recommended a place in Newmarket for me to get my camera fixed, so that's where I got my camera fixed, and that was $140 something that I didn't have to spend if I didn't break my camera. But anyways, long story short, everything is good now. I am super excited because I finally got some professional lighting on Amazon, because Amazon has the best deals. So my living room is all lit up and bright. So, oh my goodness, I didn't even talk about what this video is about. If you haven't already guessed from the title, this video is about books. And basically it's a book review. I've read a lot of books since I decided that I want to start reading again. And I've read 9 books, and I'm kind of currently working on a couple other ones. So yeah, I just wanted to talk about them. I won't go into too much detail about the ones that I already talked about in previous videos. I'll just kind of give you a quick summary, quick scoop about it. Alright, so the first book that I read when I decided that I wanted to start reading again was Big Magic by Elizabeth Gilbert. I've always talked about this before. I'll insert a picture here because it was lended by my friend Laura. It is honestly one of my favorite books. It was a great book to get started on for more of that inspirational self-help type book. I highly recommend it. Honestly, it was very insightful, motivating, really inspired me to get in touch with my creative side, and I'm so glad I read that, because ever since that and other inspiration and things I've been following online and stuff, I've been recently getting into painting and drawing and hand lettering and just all these, honestly, I'm just trying out so many different creative things and I'm having so much fun with it. Just learning online, there's so many online tutorials and stuff, so I'm going so off topic here, but if you need a little boost or inspiration to get creative and go for things that you really want, then this book is honestly fantastic for that. Now, the second book that I read was called Light is the New Black by Rebecca Campbell. I think that's how you pronounce it. I don't know if it's Rebecca Campbell. Sorry if I pronounced that wrong. Also, we'll insert a picture here. Honestly, it was a good book. I can't say it really touched me in the same way that other books did. I think it was just the format. Basically, it wasn't like a story or like didn't have this flow that my other books had. It was more so like kind of random inspiration quotes, things like each page was a little bit different. And I mean, if that's what you're into and stuff, I can see how that's like super inspiring and a lot of people might enjoy that. So it's not that the book was bad or anything, like it's a good book. I don't feel like I got into it as much as my other books. The next book I talked about already, The Magic. I won't go into too much detail about this one. Basically, it gives you an activity for every day for 28 days, I believe it was. But yeah, it gives the activity every day. It teaches you gratitude. And with gratitude, you can manifest what you want in your life. But yeah, it was very eye-opening and positive and a good experience. So I highly recommend this book if you're really interested in the law of attraction, manifestation, you know, just being a happier person. So definitely give this one a thumbs up. Ishmael, I already talked about Ishmael before. I basically talked about all these things. People have been requesting book reviews, so it's like I kind of have to talk about the ones I already read. I'll talk a little bit more in depth about the other ones that I read recently that I didn't talk about already. But Ishmael, very eye-opening. If you want something to inspire you, to change the world, to, you know, do better for the environment, for animals, wildlife, all that, like honestly, such a good book. It's part fiction in the fact that it is a gorilla giving lessons, but it is honestly a very touching book, very eye-opening. I highly recommend this book. I love it. I would definitely read it again because there's parts that I don't understand as much. There's a lot of like biblical references and stuff and historical references, but I highly recommend this book. Next book I want to talk about is Life After Life, and this is a very easy read, short book. If you're someone who doesn't read a lot and is interested in afterlife and near-death experiences, highly recommend this book. It is basically a collection of different personal experiences where people experience near death, but you do get a little bit of an interesting background from the author that wrote this book. He comes at it from a very scientific point of view. It's honestly a very interesting book. I don't know, I love anything that involves like life after death, spiritual realm, anything like that. I just find very fascinating. So I highly recommend this book. This was such a good read. I actually bought this one on Amazon, so I can link that below. Anything that I got on Amazon, I'll link below. I think most of these I actually picked up in either secondhand bookstores or at Chapters, but yeah, I got this one on Amazon, so I'll link that for you guys. Talked about this book before. It's called The Prosperity Secret. If you're looking for some motivation to be successful, to, you know, go for your dream, to have enough money to travel and do what you want in life, it is definitely a good motivational book. It basically talks about the mindset that people who are successful and rich have, and it's a very positive mindset. So it's very much law of attraction, manifestation driven, but coming at it from the point of view of a successful businessman basically, and you do get some insight from other successful people as well. So very interesting book. I highly recommend this one too. I actually just picked this one up at a secondhand bookstore for like $8. So yeah, did really enjoy this one. I heard a lot of good things about Deepak Chopra, and I was a little disappointed by this book, and I don't know if it's the book or me. I mean, it's probably just me because obviously a lot of people like this book. It had really good reviews and stuff. I haven't actually finished it. I'm like almost halfway through it, and I put it away on my bookshelf for a while I was reading other ones because I had to take a break. It actually made me angry. And I'm like, who gets angry because of a book? There were parts that were interesting. There were parts that I couldn't follow very well. It didn't grab my attention as much as other things. Maybe it's too complicated or advanced for me. Maybe I need to come at it with a different eye once I've read a little bit more a little bit more deeper stuff. I don't know, maybe it's just my attention wasn't grabbing it. But there's also some different opinions he had about the afterlife and stuff that like really bothered me. Like, it got to me so much, and I'm trying to remember the details. There's a few things that got to me. I think one of the things was when he was talking about being reincarnated, and basically his theories on what happens after reincarnation. And it's just like, what bothered me was his idea that we are just like, we go back into, I guess, this energetic field, and we forget everything. We forget this life, we forget who we are, we forget and we start fresh, and we're reincarnated. And that just infuriated me. I know it's ridiculous, but it really infuriated me. I guess my personal beliefs is like, or at least what I want to believe, is that after this life we are what's the word I'm looking for? We get to see our loved ones again. It's basically like we get to come together, we get to see who's passed. We're like, that's the ideal afterlife for me, is I guess like a heaven, right? Where you get to be with your loved ones. Like, I personally don't like the idea of reincarnation, just because of the fact that I don't want to live another life. Like, I love my life, I love my family, I love my friends. I want to be able to be with them forever. And I think, I don't know, that's just like a personal thing I had with it, I guess. And a lot of people believe in reincarnation and think it's a really cool thing. If I had a choice, like, I don't want to be reincarnated. I mean, like, life on earth is really cool, but like, I'd rather just spend an eternity with the people I love. So I guess that's where I am with it. I don't know if I'm gonna finish it. Honestly, I can't recommend it. I didn't enjoy it very much. So, I mean, if it's something that interests you and stuff, go for it. If you want me to lend you the book, I'll be happy to. I only bought this one for like $8 at a secondhand store, so I mean, I didn't really lose that much buying it, but yeah, it's a pass for me. The next one I just read is A New Earth by Eckhart Tolle. And it is, yeah, a very interesting book. I talked about it briefly. Actually, I didn't start the book yet. When last time I talked about it, I was talking about the podcast that I was listening to, because Oprah actually did a podcast with Eckhart Tolle, and they talked about the book, and they basically had like an episode for each chapter. It is a good book. It teaches a lot of lessons about patience, about the ego, about not letting these things control your life. It is very, it has a lot of lessons, as you can tell, because I have sticky noted it so much. It's funny though how calm and like evolved, I guess, Eckhart Tolle is. Like, hearing him talk, and even like on the podcast hearing him talk, like, how can anybody actually be that relaxed and calm and not have anything, like nothing bothers him? And it's just like, I don't know, it's weird. I was talking to my brother's girlfriend, and we're actually making the joke. I mean, no offense to Eckhart Tolle, like, we don't want to actually do this to him. Like, he seems like a nice guy, but we're like making jokes about like, I wonder like what would really annoy Eckhart Tolle. Like, yeah, you know what I'm rambling on about. But yeah, I don't understand how he is so calm. Like, I don't consider myself a like too high stress, crazy person or anything, but I am definitely not as calm as Eckhart Tolle. So yeah, there's a lot to learn from him. I would highly recommend this book. I think there's a certain type of audience that maybe wouldn't like it or wouldn't connect with it. But I would give it a chance. I do really like this book. I have another book from him called The Power of Now that I will be reading in the fall. But yeah, I highly recommend this one. So the next book that I want to talk about, I don't currently have with me because it was lended to me by my boyfriend's mom, and it is called Don't Kiss Them Goodbye by Alison Dubois. And honestly, such a good book. It was so good. I'm so glad I was lent it. I actually got my mom to read it before I gave it back because it was so good. It got me through the tough time of losing my parrot Patrick, and it's just like, honestly, I feel like anyone should read it. Anyone that's open to the idea of the afterlife, or, you know, something after death. Anyone who's lost someone like close to them, lost someone that they love. Honestly, it was such a comforting book. Basically, Alison Dubois is a medium. She's had psychic gifts since she was very, very young. She shares actually her life story, but she actually has helped like criminal investigations because of her gift, which is so fascinating to me, honestly. But yeah, the book's basically a collection of her experiences. She talks a lot about different spirits she's seen. One of them even involved seeing a woman with a parrot on her shoulder, which I thought was so cool. So Highly recommend that book. Honestly, if you are open to afterlife, spirits, mediums, if you want some comfort and like that the idea that those you loved are not like gone, honestly, is such a good book. Highly recommend. And I am currently working on 2 books. One of them is going to take me a while because it's a lesson a day for the whole year, and it is called It is called the Intellectual Devotional. This one I actually heard about from another YouTuber I follow called Renee Amberg. She highly recommended this book and it looked really interesting to me, so I ordered it on Amazon. Basically, honestly, I love the pages of this book. Let me just show you. It's like very like old-fashioned. The material is just like so satisfying. But it has a lesson for every day of the week. So it actually tells you on the page Monday, and then it has a lesson for each, like a specific subject for each day. So Monday's history, Tuesday's literature, Wednesday is visual arts, Thursday is science, Friday is music, Sunday is philosophy, Saturday is philosophy. Apparently I can't say the days of the week. And then Sunday is religion. And it comes with a cute little ribbon attached to it so you can keep track of where you are. So I think I've done like almost 2 weeks now. But obviously, yeah, it's meant to be used for once a day for the whole year. So it's gonna take me a year to read this, but I figured I'd mention it to you guys if you're looking for something to refresh your brain, if you're not in school and you want to keep your brain fresh. Oh my goodness, I said fresh brain so many times, that's so weird. If you want to keep learning, if you want to make sure that you stay young in your mind and stuff, highly recommend it, honestly. Don't stop reading, don't stop learning. If you don't have a lot of time, these are literally 1 page long. Like it gives you a blurb, initial blurb, a little bit more information, and then some fun facts on the bottom. Such an easy read. Anyone could read it, honestly. So highly recommend this book. The next book I am working on, I am currently about halfway through it. Such a good book. It's called The Secret Wisdom of Nature. And if you are interested in nature or just like, honestly, anyone could get something out of this book. It just makes you so open and like, I mean, I already love nature, I already love animals and all that stuff, but like when you read this book, it tells you things that you had no idea go on, like just the way that nature communicates with each other and how like one thing has this like trickle effect and affects all the other things. Like honestly, I learned so many cool facts from this book. It's so good. I really highly recommend it, especially if you're really into nature and animals and, you know, taking care of the planet and stuff. And it's not even like, you don't have to be a freaking like environmentalist or anything like that to enjoy it. If you are, then you're probably gonna really enjoy it. But yeah, honestly, I picked it up because these books were on display at Chapters. They were like one of the featured items at one point. But I didn't buy it that day. I was thinking on it and stuff, and then I happened to come across this one and it was actually 40% off, so I'm like, okay, I'm definitely gonna read this one. There's 3 in the series, so I think this is actually the 3rd one in the series, but you don't necessarily have to read them in any specific order. So this is The Secret Wisdom of Nature, but they have one that's just about trees and then one that's just about animals. But this is cool because it gives you a well-rounded idea of how plants and trees like communicate with each other, and the role of bugs, insects, and then the role of different animals, and like honestly you just learn so much. So yeah, highly recommend this one. This is definitely one of my favorites that I've read so far. But yeah, oh my god, I've been talking for so long. I need to edit this video down so it's not too long, but anyways guys, that is it. That's all I have for you today. So I hope you enjoyed this book review. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Also subscribe to my channel. I put up new videos every Mondays and Thursdays, and make sure you click that bell notification just to let you know when I've uploaded a new video. I hope you guys have a fantastic day. Thanks again for watching and take care. Bye bye.